right, welcome back, guys, to another episode of the Legends Never Die podcast. It's Thanksgiving Eve, so we're going to do a special Thanksgiving edition. We got a couple guys out this week that are out of town traveling to see their family, so it's just me, Dustin, and Matt today, and we'll start it off with something different than usual. Instead of a bowl take like we usually do, we'll say something we're thankful for from the sports season as of today. And I'm going to start it off with saying I'm thankful for the Louisiana teams that I like that have performed well this year, Saints and LSU, and Astros, our other local team. Astros made it to ALCS. They're making good moves in the postseason, looking at a couple big free agents. Hopefully they could land one, and they're doing good. They did good there. And then Saints, of course, 9-1, number one seed in the NFC, playing Thursday night, division rivalry. Falcons, going to be a good game. And LSU, of course, still got a chance to make the college football playoff. It's a long shot, but they're at the 7 seed still. Going to end the season strong, 10-2, get the win against A&M, and then hope for 3 or 4 things to happen. Either a Notre Dame loss at USC, Ohio State beats Michigan at Ohio State, Georgia loses to Alabama, which I expect fully. Alabama beats Georgia. That'll slide us up. And then West Virginia takes care of, hopefully, Matt's Mountaineers take care of Oklahoma at least 1 out of the 2 times. They got to play twice. So 3 out of the 4 of those can happen, then we're going to have a chance to slide back in there, LSU. So that's what I'm thankful for, the local teams doing well this season so far.
Yeah, I'm going to have to switch it over to a little MLB. I'm thankful for my Yankees going out and getting a starting pitcher, Paxton, from the Mariners. I think that'll really help improve their starting rotation. Might be able to close a little bit of that gap in the division with the Red Sox, but I don't know if it'll be enough, but at least it's a step.
I'm actually thankful for 2 things this season. I'm thankful for not being like Alex Smith, another year injury-free. Thank you, Lord. And I'm also thankful for another year of watching the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life, that thing they call LeBron James. He's going to drop about 55 tonight versus the Cavaliers in a little revenge game. But that's what I'm thankful for.
Thankful for LeBron, the Yankees, and our local teams. Not bad things, fellas. So, all right, we'll give a quick shout-out to our sponsor, Legend Gear and Apparel. Go check them out. We got the apparel going up on the website tonight. New hats are in, so check them out, all the new products. On top of that, we got the watches, sunglasses, ties, bags, wallets, phone cases, belts, all kinds of good gear, and Black Friday's coming up. So go check out the 2 promo codes we put on the site. Use Black Friday 10 at checkout for 10% off your order, or Black Friday 20 for 20% off your order with a minimum purchase of 2 items. So go use those discount codes, check out the new attire and apparel, and be looking forward to seeing you and the Legend Gear and Apparel on Instagram and Facebook, either one. So we'll jump right in, starting with Thursday night football game. We had a good one. I picked Seattle. A couple of y'all, or 2 of us picked Seattle. 1 of us picked Green Bay. I just figured Seattle would get it done at home, and they did. So that was a good game. And Rodgers is not going to make the playoffs for the first time in a long time. I feel bad for him.
I was one of the people that took Green Bay. I took Aaron Rodgers in a must-win game when I should have took Russell Wilson at home. I mean, kind of a boneheaded decision by me, but Green Bay really got away from the run game. Aaron Jones touched the ball 2 times in the second half. That's not enough for a guy averaging almost 7 a carry.
The only thing I really got to say about that game is Seattle at home. We know how good they are, that 12th man, and Rodgers historically isn't good going up there, so that's why I picked the Seahawks.
Good win for the Seahawks. I think they have a chance to jump into that 6th seed. Probably going to be – it's going to end up being out of Carolina Seahawks, who play each other this week, and Minnesota. So only 2 of those 3 are going to be able to make it.
Well, with Trubisky being hurt now, maybe Minnesota could take that division.
I don't know. They done jumped up 2 games, and they beat them in the head-to-head. So
well, they got him one more time.
Yeah, I don't think the injury's long term. So Trubisky is doubtful for tomorrow night's game. So I would look into a bet on who's the backup there now.
Chase Daniels, former Saint backup chief.
Yeah, he's not bad. Same coordinator he had. Y'all remember him in college? He was a dog.
Missouri. Yep.
Yeah, he was a beast. But all right, we'll jump in our next game. First of the 12 o'clock games, we got to see Lamar Action Jackson line up versus the Bengals. Should have been an easy win for Ravens, I thought, even with him at QB. They won the game. Their defense looked good, only allowed 21. But Jackson's ability to run the ball was pretty solid. He was getting Mike Vick comparisons, which I thought were completely outrageous for his first game. But he did look good, but no quarterback's going to last in modern-day NFL running for 100 yards a game. It's just not going to be sustainable, I don't think. I think they're better off with Flacco, or they need to just open the gates and let him throw downfield.
I actually liked what he done. I don't think his body type's going to be able to hold up to 27 carries a game, which is unsustainable. But what I do like is it gives him an added dimension. He was 13 of 19 passing for $150. So that's not bad. I'm actually starting Lamar Jackson in a must-win over Tom Brady in fantasy this week.
Tom Brady plays the Jets. Why would you do that?
Because the Patriots are going to be up early and sit on the ball and run. I have Sony Michel too, and I don't want to have both of them not produce. And Tom Brady hasn't scored 20 points in fantasy in 4 weeks.
And who does the Ravens play?
The Raiders.
Yeah, he's running for another 100
Yeah.
easily and
So-
another win.
So that's why I'm taking. I actually like Lamar Jackson. The guy scored 19.7 fantasy points without even having a touchdown. So if that just tells you maybe he throws one touchdown, rushes a touchdown, that's 30 points. So
Yeah, and I'm sure he's got to throw for more than 150 on Oakland, you would imagine.
I don't know, not if he's getting success on the ground, but I'm going to touch on the Bengals. I think them not having A.J. Green immediately knocks them out of playoff contention. He comes back this week, but last week that was the one you needed. That was the one in the division that you had to get, and Andy Dalton was your leading rusher with 29 yards. I know the Ravens got a good defense and all that, but you can't expect to win a football game with 0 run game.
Yeah, they just couldn't get mixing going. Ravens jumped out to an early lead, and their time of possession was crazy that game, really. They were holding the ball damn near the whole game.
also go pick up Gus Edwards in fantasy.
Yeah, who is that guy? I saw him blowing up.
Yeah,
First I've seen him all year.
He's a small back. He's the only small back they got, so they use him to run that read option all game. So,
all right, our next game was Detroit and Carolina. We all took Carolina. Carolina pulled another one of these bonehead moves that every team's tried since West Virginia successfully done it against Texas. I think I've seen it the next 5 times fail, going for the 2-point conversion to win the game instead of going to overtime. Carolina got cocky and got beat, and I love it. So that's all I got on that game. Need better coaching, Ron Rivera. That's on you. If you don't make the playoffs, that's why. Because of that one play.
I'm going to disagree. I like the call. I mean, Newton had the receiver wide open in the end zone. He just missed him. Because if he completes that pass, everybody's like, oh, Riverboat Ron, he's the best gambler, all this, all that. And nobody would say anything about it, but they didn't get it.
Exactly, but he didn't get it.
But
so
they
now,
didn't. You're right.
Now they're going to say, oh, come week 16, and they're playing New Orleans week 17 for them to even get a playoff spot. They'll be like, oh, back in week 10, if old Ron would have just went for it and sent it to overtime.
Well, one game isn't going to make or break your playoffs.
It will in playoffs
at
in the NFC.
At this moment, you're probably right. But I think
in that stacked NFC, it definitely will. It's going to come down to a final game.
I think they'll go on a little streak and get it back. Carolina.
I don't know. They got the Hoodats twice.
My
That's 2
takeaway
L's. And Seahawks at Seattle this week. So that may be 3 L's right there. They ain't beating the Saints, dude. There's no way that Carolina team beats the Saints.
No, probably
They could barely
not.
score 20 points. But still, our defense is better than Lions.
My takeaway from that game is about how everybody disrespects Matt Stafford and says he sucks. Guy beat Carolina with a team that Kerryon Johnson got hurt in crunch time. Didn't have Kerryon Johnson in crunch time. Lost Golden Tate to a trade. Lost Marvin Jones to an injury. And all he's got is Kenny Golladay. The leading receivers were Kenny Golladay, Bruce Ellington. I ain't heard of that guy since he was in college. Theo Riddick, the running back. The fullback, the running back, a wide receiver had 1 catch for 2 yards. That's it. So he beat the Panthers with nothing. And people still hate on Matt Stafford. Threw for 220 and a touchdown.
They were also averaging 6 yards per carry that game. So it wasn't just him. Kenyon Johnson was running the ball good, and the other guy back there was running good. First, especially the first half. It was a huge margin there. But yeah, that game, it wasn't all it was meant out to be. I figured it was going to be a little more high scoring. I took the over on that in a teaser for 43, and it barely missed. Probably would have for sure covered if they would have ended up going overtime. But you miss all the shots you don't take. So that'll bring us into our next game, Titans-Colts. Not what I expected, but we did take the Colts. Andrew Luck, Dustin was right once again. What you got on Luck? What's the update on our robot Luck?
I'm telling y'all, that boy's elite. Luck, 7 straight games with 3 touchdown passes. That's pretty incredible.
The record's 10. Tom Brady, will he get it? 3 more games with 3 touchdowns. Does he have to play Jacksonville?
I'm looking at their schedule now. Dolphins.
He ain't throwing 3 TDs. They'll beat Jacksonville easily, but
I'm going to say no, because they got to play the Texans too. I don't know. Andrew Luck does it against – he's already done it against the Bills, whose defense is good, the Jaguars, the Eagles, the Redskins. So those are all solid defenses. Luck. I said that I wasn't buying the Tennessee hype, and I said that I thought the Colts were going to beat them by double digits, and they beat them by 30.
Now you got Colts beating on the door for a playoff spot with a Chargers loss.
And if you look back, when the Colts were 3-5, I will brag on myself. I said the Colts will make the playoffs after starting 3-5, and they're a game out from being in the wild card. So props to me.
And another game without a sack for that Colts O-line. Another one. Went from worst to best. Straight. Worst to best. But, yeah, I think the Colts are going to make a quick little playoff run here in the next couple weeks.
And if I'm the AFC, I don't want to see Andrew Luck
first
round in the playoffs.
Not with a healthy T.Y., I don't.
Because that's a whole different team from when they played Patriots earlier this season. It really is.
Oh, yeah. And the Titans, good luck next year. That's all I got to say. Mariota's not it. Can't even stay on the field, much less throw for touchdowns.
He's just a bad road player. But that'll move us into the next game. Another team that is looking for a playoff spot and beating on the back door, Dallas. A couple of us took Dallas this week over Falcons. I took them. I knew it was going to be a low score, and they were going to be able to contain Matt Ryan. You can only contain Julio to so much. 100 yards is containing Julio at this point.
Let's not forget to mention that Julio Jones is the best free safety in the league. I don't know if y'all watched the game, but that hit he laid on Heath to stop that interception, boy, that was Pro Bowl level.
He could definitely play safety. He could play center field for anybody.
But
on the Cowboys, that was a good game. Zeke looked good again.
Zeke gone Zeke. Zeke gone Zeke. That's all I got to really say. I mean,
first half, they weren't really feeding him enough. He was freaking 6-7 yards a carry. He was just tearing them up.
Yeah.
And they would throw on 1st and 10, get behind, and try to leave it up to Dak, which isn't going to work. He did good this week, but his good's 200 yards.
I mean, 208 yards and no touchdowns.
Yeah, that's his good week, though.
And
you just got to feed Zeke and let that defense chew up clock. Play boring. Dallas is just a boring team, but they get it done.
If Zeke is on, then they can win just because they have a good defense. But adding Amari Cooper and firing their O-line coach, I don't know, something changed. And then with the injury to Alex Smith and the Eagles looking atrocious right now, I think Dallas is going to go win that division.
Yeah, they should. They play Redskins Thursday and then play them again, so they'll get No, they played them once already.
They lost to them once. But this game right here, winner is leading the division.
I like Dallas's chances.
You say they firing the the offensive line coach.
The OLC.
Yeah.
They got an OLC, PLC.
The offensive line coach.
Punt team coach.
Yeah, no joke.
They just paying anybody. Jerry Jones's cousins must be all the coaches.
Yeah, but they fired their line coach, and then they went out and got Amari Cooper, and people are saying, "Oh, Dallas is back. Dallas is back." They played 3 teams since they got both of those things happen, and all 3 of them have a losing record. So let's not go overboard. Dallas is going to be 8-8 and get in the playoffs unless the Eagles can somehow right the ship or Colt McCoy is just Texas Colt McCoy.
That's fine with me, though, because Dallas will probably be a 6 seed. No, they'll be a 4 seed because they'll end up winning that division barely. So, yeah,
but remember
they'll have to play a Vikings or Seattle and be one and done, or Vikings and whoever.
But remember, in the NFL, it's the highest seed plays the lowest remaining seed. So that could be the Saints' second-round matchup if Dallas were to win their first-round playoff game at home, which Dallas is good at home. 9-7. Who are they going to beat? They're not beating the Saints. They're not beating the Eagles, and they're not.
My buddy Baker believes that Saints were going to beat, or Cowboys are going to beat the Saints, but he said that right after he said that Eagles were about to upset Saints the other day. We were all watching the game. He's like, bro, I feel like this is the one the Saints lose, man, to the Eagles. I said, bet me right now Saints win by 20 or more, and he wouldn't do it. I said, they're about to skull drag these boys at home. And sure enough, 40-something points later.
Yeah, it's a good thing most of everybody stopped betting, or that wouldn't be good. But you saw the video I tagged you in today on Facebook?
That was hilarious.
Eagles fan down on the Eagles, man. It's great stuff. But, yeah, I think Dallas is 8-8 at best because I think they're losing to the Eagles. I think they beat Washington, they beat Tampa Bay, and they beat the Giants. And then I think they lose to the Saints, lose to the Eagles, and lose to the Colts. So, really, I see the Cowboys 8-8 at best.
So just because that game now, Cowboys in, Falcons out. For sure, Falcons are falling too far behind at this point. They may start tanking starting this week. That may be why Saints have a 13-point favorite. Or it's just because Saints are them boys.
If anything, they're going to want to ruin the Saints getting the 1 seed.
That ain't happening.
I mean, they'd want to, though.
They got a better chance of losing every game left on their schedule than beating the Saints this week. All right, next game, we had a banger. We were laughing. We said we didn't know if this was going to be the best game of the week or Arizona and Oakland was going to be the best game of the week. And it ended up being Buccaneers and Giants, 38-35, high scoring. Saquon Barkley with multiple touchdowns. Odell with another TD grab and a decent game there. And Giants win again. Can they win 7 straight? I doubt it, but it would be pretty crazy to see.
They're not beating the Eagles this week, so they're not winning 7 straight. Sorry, Odell. I'm an Odell fan, but it ain't happening. My takeaway from that game is I want Tampa Bay to not say who's going to be the starting quarterback until it's game time. Because no matter who starts, they're terrible. No matter who they bring in, you'd think you were watching Drew Brees or Tom Brady play. Because it's amazing. That's the greatest show on turf, whoever they bring in the second half after their quarterback sucks in the first. My takeaway from that game, though, was the running backs. Both running backs balled out. Peyton Barber with 18 for $106 and a score, and Saquon with 27 for 142 and 2 scores.
And a receiving touchdown for Saquon, too.
Yeah.
He had to score 30 in fantasy again. That's like 5-6 times this year or more.
Yep.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's the top running back.
Aside from Gurley, maybe. Gurley had a down week, which I'm excited because I took a bet before the season had started, a futures bet, that Zeke Elliott would lead the league in rushing yards. And he was like 100 and something behind Gurley, but Gurley still hadn't had his bye week. Zeke has. So he's still not far out. And then he went for 120 this week. Gurley only went for 60. So now I think he's right back less than 100 yards out. So a 100-yard game this week while Rams are on their bye, and he's right back level. I think Zeke ends up winning that, I hope. But, yeah, I like the way the Giants looked this week, but they just fell too far back. They had a bunch of games early in the season they could have won that they lost by a touchdown or less, and they got just too far behind to mount a comeback. Better luck next year. I think they're going to be good in the future. I would definitely draft an O-line with that top 5 pick they're going to get. Couldn't even get a quarterback. I think Eli's still good enough. No. Everybody talks trash every week about him, but watching him, he still looks good enough.
He's made the playoffs 2 times in his career.
Won a Super Bowl, though.
Both times.
Yeah.
But he's made the playoffs 3 times. They were saying on SportsCenter that he made it twice. Didn't they make the playoffs a couple years ago? They were, like, extremely good, and then they lost first round to, like, the Packers.
Yeah,
SportsCenter said he's made the playoffs 2 times, but I know for a fact he's made it 3. But
I mean, he's played 20 seasons, so I'd hope he'd make it more than 2.
But I think Eli's so inaccurate. Odell's always open, and he's always missing him. I think it's 50% Eli, 50% O-line. So I don't know. All I know is I'd draft the quarterback from Oregon, Justin Hebert, and I'd roll with him.
Mariota Jr.
Yeah, I don't really got much on this game, so I'm just going to go right into the Texans-Redskins game. Of course, the freak injury to Alex Smith, crazy, because Joe Theismann was there 33 years later from the exact day that Theismann broke his leg. I think it's just a freak accident.
So are you saying that Alex Smith is Joe Theismann in his second life, even though Theismann's still alive?
No.
That he may just be living in a reoccurring time period? 33 years.
You done ventured onto a whole nother tangent.
I done ventured into the other version of the podcast.
Yeah, for real. But Redskins, Colt McCoy's not going to be enough. Signing Mark Sanchez, definitely not enough. You just better hope he doesn't run into your sitter.
Well, the good thing for Redskins without Alex Smith, they're not going to have to worry about his 2 interceptions per game. He used to be a quarterback that was almost impossible to throw picks, and now it seems like he's just doing it on the reg.
Well, that Andy Reid system.
So now we're going to count on Adrian Peterson and Colt McCoy to lead us to the playoffs. That does not sound good. So I'm very worried for Washington, but hey, shout out, go vote for my boy DeShazer for the Pro Bowl. He's on there again. He's going to make it this year. So go throw him a vote real quick. DeShazer Everett, special teams for Washington. Just had to throw that in because I think he got it this year.
I don't think Zeke's going to run for 100 this week on this Washington defense. Washington's D-line is good. They got good linebackers, really a good secondary. Adding Ha Clinton-Dix was big.
They're going to be heartbroken, though.
Yeah,
they're without their guy. Or are they going to play for him? Inspired.
They got a beast receiver in Trey Quinn from just about 10 minutes from here. 10 minutes from where we do the podcast is where Trey Quinn's from. So, shout out to Trey Quinn. Last week had 4 catches in his debut.
He watches the show.
So
shout out.
I don't know. Hopkins, bad boy. Hopkins 5 weeks in a row with a touchdown, putting him in 3rd place in the league in touchdowns behind Alvin Kamara and Antonio Brown.
And this week it was a regular grab. It wasn't ridiculous, and it was still a great catch.
Yeah.
He just gets it done. If Deshaun Watson starts playing like Deshaun Watson from last year, that's the only way Houston's winning a playoff game. They've won 7 in a row, but every one's been by less than 7. Every win.
A win is a win, bro.
But still, I just don't think Watson's getting
went
it done.
from 0-3 to 7-3.
If he's playing from behind, I don't want Houston playing from behind.
No.
I don't.
I don't like their O-line.
He's got to have a lead.
I don't like their O-line, really. I watched a game a couple weeks ago when they were playing the Broncos. I know that that's a good D-line that the Broncos have, but snap the ball, run for your life. That's pretty much how he was playing.
It's definitely not Watson. It's definitely the O-line, because Watson's accurate. You don't see Watson missing them open throws like you see. Even Tom Brady's been doing this year. Tom, here's some advice for you. Don't be Kobe Bryant. It's time to go. Retire now, and you're the GOAT. Don't be Kobe Bryant and play 5 extra seasons and make people forget how great you are. Just go.
Go now before Patty Mahomes or Big Ben get a hold of your ass.
Nah.
Run.
Beat them. Say you're retiring now, have a natural disaster, and then win it all. That makes me think the Rams probably going to win it all now. If you have a natural disaster, you're already 5 points up on the chain.
For Vegas.
Yep. Houston strong, Boston strong. You know how it is. Natural disasters and unnatural disasters and all that kind of stuff.
Conspiracies of football, yes, I agree.
Yep.
Minnesota Miracle last year.
Yep.
A little strange.
About how Seattle and Peyton Manning that year. I was going for Seattle, so I wasn't tripping. But anyways, that'll bring us to our next game. And our next game is Pittsburgh and Jacksonville. Hunter makes a strong point, which is true. Jacksonville seems to be Pittsburgh's kryptonite, but Pittsburgh just always finds a way. James Conner played terrible. They couldn't stop Leonard Fournette
The
for the first
D-line's
half.
good for Jacksonville, man. I say it. Their D-line is not bad.
I'm firing them up in fantasy this week, playing against the big bad Buffalo Bills. So
The Buffalo Bums or the Buffalo Bills? Did they change their name yet or no?
But speaking on James Conner, did anybody see him drop that game-winning touchdown on that little wheel route? Boy.
He let the Le'Veon stuff get to his head. He
Yeah.
ain't playing with that fire no more.
I'm
He knows that's his job
I'm sure
now.
Caleb's heart just skipped a beat if he was watching that game.
Mars skipped about 10 beats. Big Ben threw 3 interceptions on paper, but I believe he threw about 5 or 6 that got
5.
called back by penalties.
Hey, I saw, speaking of Buffalo, because we're talking about Jacksonville, I saw a stat. The game, Monday night's game, 14 touchdowns in Monday night's game. One more than the Bills have scored all year. Isn't that incredible?
I can't wait to get to that Monday night game. Was some fireworks there?
Yeah.
In Mexico City, I think KC would have won, but we'll get to that.
But there
We'll
was
get to that.
there was an extreme choking hazard in L.A. and it happened to catch Patrick Mahomes, but we'll get to that in a little
Well,
while.
let me say a little on Pittsburgh. Even though with the slow week this week at Jacksonville, I expected that. I really did. I knew Pittsburgh was going to get the win, but at halftime I didn't believe so. Pittsburgh, you're making it to the AFC Championship, no doubt about it. My mind hasn't changed by a slow week. I think Connor's going to get back on track, and they're going to do their thing. They're winning that division 100%, no doubt about it. Lamar Jackson could be Mike Vick 2.0, and they're still going to win that division.
Oh, yeah.
So, what we got next, Matt? Chargers, Broncos?
Yeah, Chargers, Broncos. Again, another Chargers game coming down to a missed point after touchdown. I'm sorry. But, disheartening for Rivers, man. I want to see him finally go deep in the playoffs and try to submit that Hall of Fame candidacy. But something always keeps him back, losing to the Broncos at home.
And he is really like one of the most emotional quarterbacks in the league. Do you see him when they screw him over, dude?
You know Phillip Rivers doesn't cuss.
He's got to be super depressed. He doesn't cuss.
No,
what
he
does
don't.
he say then? They got to mic him up. What does he say then if he
I don't
doesn't
know.
cuss? That boy looks redder than a freaking Chiefs jersey.
Yeah, that's crazy. My takeaway from that game is I say it every week, and I'm a Chargers lover. No matter what Melvin Gordon does, Austin Eckler comes in and outdoes it. Every time. Maybe Austin Eckler is really better than Melvin Gordon. Like, really. Just because you're not drafted in the first round as a running back does not mean anything. That's the one position you can be that 7th round guy and turn out to be a beast. Like Melvin,
But still, you're talking about Melvin Gordon, bro, a top 5 running back.
Melvin
this
Gordon averaged 3.8 yards a carry this game.
versus Denver's defense.
Eckler averaged 5.
Do you not know this, that they have special plays they run when Eckler gets in the game?
Melvin Gordon,
He's got a special package just for him.
Melvin Gordon, 14.5 yards per catch. Austin Eckler, 20.
It's stuff you don't see, though. Like the run blocking of Melvin Gordon, great run blocker. Austin Eckler ain't going to do that. He gets in it solely for plays designed for him.
No, when Melvin Gordon gets tired, that's when he goes in. And when he goes in, he gashes him every time.
Because he's fresh. It's good to have. I would not start him over Melvin Gordon.
Well, they
Even
better
if
do
hell
something.
froze over, I wouldn't do it.
They better do something. Phillip Rivers throwing for 400 yards, and you're losing to the Broncos. Come on.
At home.
Come on. Joey Bosa. Dude, Joey Bosa, you are the laziest defensive lineman I've ever seen in my life. I'm calling you out. I called out J.J. Watt, turned around his season. Matt Ryan turned around his. I'm calling you out, son. Right now. Dude, Joey Bosa, I watched you rush, and you didn't get by him on initial rush, and you just stopped and watched. Like 5 plays in a row. I don't care if you're tired, it's your first game back. That was pitiful, pathetic. Joey Bosa, I'm calling you out. I want 2 sacks this weekend.
2 sacks. He only had 1 tackle this week.
I want 2 sacks.
Who do they play?
I don't even know. It doesn't matter.
But all right, next game we had the best game of the week, no doubt about it. Raiders at Cardinals. This was going to be a banger from the get-go. Said no one ever.
Shoot, I was actually looking forward to this game. We got the chosen Rosen out there. 9 completions this week.
And the
Congrats.
we had the chosen Rosen and the crashing car.
True. Derek Carr is awful, and so is Josh Rosen so far. David Johnson, I know, Matt, you want to say it so bad. He finally broke 100 yards.
Dude, Rosen and
Hell
Carr,
yeah, he did. Nah, I'm getting the mic right here, boy. My 4th overall pick in fantasy in our little league.
11 weeks, and he finally made it.
It only took him 11 weeks, but we got there, babe. We got there.
David Johnson. I don't know, man. I don't know if I'd rather have Le'Veon Bell or David Johnson in fantasy this year.
You want to hear something?
I really don't.
You want to hear something super crazy? All right, so I was sitting there watching football with Colton and Matt, or Matt wasn't there yet. I look at Colton. I'm like, 59-yard touchdown Christian Kirk right here. I'm like, and he's like, oh, yeah? I was like, oh, yeah, deep ball over the top. This boy throws Christian Kirk a screen, takes it to the house, 59-yard touchdown.
That was a good play, too. I watched it live. It was pretty lit.
Dude, Christian Kirk has got some
He's
of
got
the
some
fastest burners in the league. He's a playmaker for sure.
He's up there. I'm still not buying the Arizona hype, 2-8. Definitely not buying the stock. They got problems beyond
I do
Rosen.
like their new offense with the new OC, Byron Leftwich, though. It's way better than what it was, I'll say the least.
They scored 21 this week versus Oakland. Y'all are looking way better on offense.
I know,
fellas.
that's terrible.
Keep doing it.
Oakland only gave up 20 to the Chargers the week before that, though. Maybe this Oakland defense is for real.
Or maybe this Chargers
No,
team isn't as good as
I'm
we've
joking.
been thinking.
No,
Maybe
the
this Chargers offense isn't electric like we thought.
Chargers just got to throw Keenan Allen the ball more.
Yeah, that, and they need a more of a deep threat. They haven't really had one all year.
I'd like to see Chargers make the playoffs just because that would be a tough game. For Patriots, it would be a
Chiefs?
tough game. Nah, I think Chiefs blow them out.
Well, that'll be
still.
the 3rd time they've played the Chiefs. So, you know what they say, it's hard to beat a team 3 times. Saints barely pulled it off against Carolina last year the 3rd time. Came down to Cam Newton not being able to lead a game-winning drive. So, but that'll bring us into our next game, the Saints and Eagles. What I got to say about this game is the Eagles and teams keep letting themselves dig a hole against the Saints. You got to be aggressive early in the game. You got to run the football. You got to do this, do that. The Adams kid for the Eagles, Josh Adams, that young man can play. Like, averaging 7 yards a carry this season. Just give him the ball 20 times. If he gets 7 yards a carry.
All right, this is how good the Saints are this season. You're playing the Saints, and you're at the Superdome. Saints get the ball. They win the coin toss. They want the ball right away. They're on fire. They put up 7, and you're already like, damn, Saints beating us 7-0. You go out there and you throw an interception or go 3 and out on that first drive, you have lost the game versus New Orleans. You have already lost because they're putting up 14, 10 at worst. They're not scoring on any drive in the first half this season. They're putting up 20 a game first half every week. They're jumping up big, dude. You can't. That's one thing.
The confidence
and
is just too high.
The defense feeds off that.
Yeah,
for New
I know.
Orleans. They're winning that.
After they
They're
got them
looking
couple
tough.
wins, that defense had to turn it around.
I think really in the league this year, there's 2 teams that you say if they get the ball first and they score on you, they are going to beat you. And it's the Saints and the Patriots. They're not blowing leads. If you get up on the Patriots, Tom Brady's finally at the point in his career where he's not leading a 13-point, 14-point comeback in no 8 minutes left in the game. So, but if he's ahead of you, then he can hold the ball for 15 minutes and still score a touchdown. But if the Patriots can work slow, the Patriots can beat you. I mean, they can still work fast if they're fully healthy. Gronk definitely makes a huge impact. I didn't realize it was that big. But we'll see this weekend. They got all their weapons. They're battling against the tough Jets defense.
Said no one ever.
Patriots by 30.
But a little more on the Saints, man. Not so fast. Mark Ingram, once again, only 15 carries and went over 100. with some receiving. He's the one that set the tone that first carry of the game. He broke off that 30-something yarder. I was like, all right, we're here. We're stomping them. That was the
One
defending.
play
I
and
know
you
it.
knew, huh?
One play, dude. That's all it takes.
You're
Really,
right.
I knew before the game started it was a double-digit victory. That's why that was one of the only bets I took this week, and I took it heavy. Saints
Yeah,
first half.
That was easy.
Saints first half. Saints second half. Saints for the game. Drew Brees pass yards. Saints team total. Some weeks you just feeling like a Saint. You just feeling good.
Hopefully you ain't feeling as good this week because it's do or die. I got to win to get in the playoffs, and I'm playing Drew Brees versus the Falcons.
I don't know about the 13, but they
Yikes.
beat them. I think they beat them by the 13, but I'm definitely not taking that.
Nah, not on Thanksgiving. It's just
Short week.
It's just a weird
You
game
know
to play.
Julio's going to blow up. He's going to get the Golden Gobbler. You already know.
Oh,
Golden
God.
Gobbler and a little peach cobbler for Julio.
Yeah,
But
probably.
no dub. Nah, Breeze is going to show up. Thanksgiving, they don't ever really play on Thanksgiving. I don't think I've ever seen them play on Thanksgiving. Yeah. But give me the Saints, man. They're just on one. But we'll move on. We always get stuck on the Saints. We got a lot of Saints followers, Dallas followers, Houston followers. So we like to talk about that a lot. But on to the next game on the week. We had a good one, Sunday Night Football. I said it was going to be low scoring. They scored majority of the points in the fourth quarter, both teams. So really it was naturally a very low scoring game. And Bears pulled it off as expected. Kirk Cousins is now 4-11 in primetime games. I thought he was big game Kurt. Dustin, you're the one that always told me that. He's 4-10 in primetime, big games.
Against big teams, like with big name quarterbacks like the Saints and all that.
Like
in
Mitch
his
Trubisky,
career.
big game.
In his
Trubisky.
career, Trubisky's terrible.
Trubomski's 7-3 right now. I'm winning the NFC North.
Trubomski's defense is amazing. Trubomski's playmakers are just perfect fits for their offense.
They're
Look.
playmakers, the whole two of them.
Look, Chicago fans, I got to know if there's any room left on that wagon. Because I'm trying to ride y'all to the playoffs here. Dude, I like the Bears. I can't even
That's
lie.
a Bear for life, Matt. Moving to Chicago next week. First flight out.
I don't know. I just like the defense, dude. I like watching Khalil Mack. I seen him throw 320-pound man on the ground with one arm.
Yeah, that was
One arm.
intense. Have
Boy,
y'all
I
ever
was
seen how
hyped.
big that boy Aaron Donald is, though?
Nah, I mean, they're both huge.
Dude,
but
have you ever seen him, though?
No.
Like, not in pads.
no.
He's in pads still. He's still wearing pads. But that'll move us into the last game. Or anybody else got anything on that Bears-Vikings game? It was a good game, but just kind of boring. It took till the fourth quarter to really get interesting. And Bears,
It
I
really
think more
wasn't even
teams should start
interesting.
doing what the Bears do. When you got a kicker who cannot kick an extra point to save his life, missed 4 last
No,
week.
hit the-
Parkey hit uprights.
hit the upright 4 times in a week.
In one game.
Yeah.
You start going for 2. They're setting you right there inside the 5. Go for it. You've got to have a play drew up to just go for 2.
I mean,
More teams need to start doing it.
in more. I mean, shit.
That wasn't even a close game. That was to go up 14-0. It was 6-0 to go up
If it's a-
14-0. They went for
If
2.
it's a gotta win game, like big time game, I think they're gonna kick though.
I don't know. I'd like to keep it close.
My takeaway is y'all got to block and run the ball.
Minnesota.
Yeah, Minnesota.
The
Like-
defense is awful.
Minnesota's defense ain't bad.
I don't know. They didn't look too good to me.
Well,
I'm talking about, I meant their O-line's awful. Cook.
yeah.
Y'all's boy Cook
My boy
is
Dalvin
getting
Cook.
cooked.
Yep. I think he got touched in the backfield on every carry but one last week. That's insane. That has got nothing to do with Dalvin Cook because
Another sub 2 yard per rush game for Dalvin Cook.
Yep.
Like I say, I don't
Latavius-
think he's good.
He's good. He averaged 6 a carry last year in 5 games, and he tore his ACL. He's coming off a torn ACL. and
That's
a
why I
popped
don't even know if
hamstring.
Minnesota's going to make the playoffs then.
Why?
Who they going to beat? They can score 30 points. Nobody.
Just wait
I
till
don't think they could beat Seattle. I don't.
Yeah, they could.
I don't think so.
They
I
could
don't
beat
think
Seattle.
they'll beat Green Bay again.
They could beat Dallas.
I bet they don't beat Green Bay either.
I bet they beat them this week.
Bet they don't.
I bet they do.
All right, we'll see. Your Minnesota Vikings ain't looking like they're winning. Nope. Watch. I don't care where it is. Watch.
Rodgers donated his first little bit of money he's ever donated in his life.
No, they're going to win then.
Congratulations, Rogers. You finally done a good thing.
He needs to donate his wife over here.
He donated $1 million to the fires in California.
That's good.
This
He
boy
donated
said-
about a tenth of his insurance check
Yeah.
he's about to get off his house over there.
Yeah, Dustin, his little bit. Yeah, just $1 million.
Yeah, 1 million to him's 10 to me. So, come on now.
All right, move us into that Monday night fireworks.
Mahomes.
You still had to catch your breath because that game you're just wore out
Yep.
from watching that marathon.
Wore out from watching them go up and down. Mahomes was slinging it. Goff was slinging it. Where was the defense at? I'm just so glad y'all should have seen me watching that game amongst about 10 of my friends when Patrick Mahomes choked 2 drives in a row. How happy I was.
You should have saw how upset I was. Not because I had the Chiefs, they pushed. But all bets had covered at that point. All overs that were possible. So it comes down to Mahomes and it comes down to Saints getting this 1 seed. If Saints somehow slip up and lose another game and Los Angeles doesn't. So I'm definitely going for Chiefs for Saints' sake. And they let me down.
That's why I was going for the Rams, because I want the
for
Chiefs.
Patriots' sake?
Yup. Because I want Patriots to get home field advantage. They're getting home field. Steelers have 3 losses. Am I right?
Steelers are getting it 2 losses, 1 tie.
2 losses, 1 tie. They can lose one. They'll lose one more. Big Ben.
They're not
always.
losing to Cleveland, Ravens, or
They'll lose to the
Bengals.
Saints.
Yeah, they'll lose one
And
more.
then Patriots run the table. Because have you seen the Patriots schedule the rest of the season?
Probably Miami twice, Jets twice, Buffalo once.
I think it's Buffalo once, Jets twice, Miami once. It's super weak. This is another reason the Patriots are going to be fine. I still think the Chargers can upset the Chiefs. I really do. I don't know why. Just every year they split. Every year 1-1. But who knows? Maybe not. But I was just glad that Mahomes.
They didn't have Patty Melt at quarterback, though. Our new nickname for Pat Mahomes.
What was Patty Melt thinking on those last 2 drives? The first pick, his arm got hit in triple coverage. He was throwing to Tyreek Hill in triple coverage. That was picked either way it goes. And then the second one, I understand you got an arm, but you tried to run backwards, throw the ball 85 yards down the field, and threw it about 25. Congratulations. Into triple coverage yet again. To
Rigged.
Tyreek Hill yet again. But that's all I got to say.
Look,
The all-star referee team. What kind of shit was that? They said we got the all-star crew coming in. If that don't sound rigged, then I don't know what is. We got our 10 best refs, our 10 worst human beings on the face of the earth, 10 good referees, all going to be one game together. Yeah, I was skeptical.
see, I was one of the lucky ones this year to have Pat Mahomes and Tyreek Hill on my fantasy team. Ooh, what a steal in the draft was Tyreek Hill. I knew from the preseason, whenever it was all over SportsCenter, how long that pass went in the air. Then that's exactly when I knew that I had to have Tyreek Hill, because he's just got the burners.
All right, so that'll wrap up Week 11's games. We'll jump right into Week 12. So we'll get ready to write our picks down. We all did pretty good last week. Nobody really bet any money. But our premium plays did well. We had, what all did we have? I remember a couple of them. Saints, I had Chiefs and Rams over 63. That was the easiest. Scored over 100. Someone had Saints. Someone had Steelers who pushed.
I don't quite remember what I had.
I don't remember what you had either, but the only one that lost, I went back and listened earlier. Only one lost, and it was Aaron's Panthers. And they could have covered if they would have not gone for 2-1 in overtime.
Yeah.
But everything else looked good, and I think you may have picked Dallas, which was weird. I know you took them.
But that'll bring us into our NFL games for this week. And our first game up at 11 o'clock tomorrow on Thanksgiving, the Lions and the Bears. And I'm going to go with the Lions because Matt Stafford averages almost 400 yards a game on Thanksgiving. Never lost a Thanksgiving game. Give me the Lions.
Is it in Detroit?
It's in Chicago. No,
Give-
it's in Detroit.
Give me the Bears. That O-line for the Lions is whack.
He said, "Is it in Detroit?" Yeah, it's in Detroit. Still give me the Bears.
I don't even care if they got Chase Daniel at quarterback because he's probably just as good as Trubisky. So it
What
don't
if
even matter.
What if Dustin Dryden Trubisky's not good, and
Daniel
Chase
just
Daniels
goes
is really
and-
good?
Yeah.
So give me the Bears for that simple fact. The defense is good. I like what you said about Stafford, though. He does do very good on Thanksgiving,
I'm starting.
but he don't have the real gobbler. Old Calvin Johnson, Megatron, gobbling
They
up
play-
all them passes.
They play every year on Thanksgiving, and it was Golden Tate one year, Marvin Jones this year.
well,
This
who's it
year-
going to be?
It's going to be Gala Holla Thanksgiving Day, son.
They got to change it to Galladay instead of a holiday?
Yep. Boy had 15 targets last week. Came down with over 100 yards, 8 catches, touchdown.
And you put him at a last-minute start on your fantasy
Put it
lineup over Amari Cooper.
11:56. I took Amari Cooper out and put in Galladay, and it was the difference in a win. That and Julio's 28 and Goff's 44, and all that good stuff. My running backs 5 points combined, so I'm just looking for some running backs.
All right, second game of the week. We got 3:30 on Thursday. We got Cowboys and Redskins, old Cowboys and Indians, and give me the Cowboys. Give me Zeke. Give me just a heartbroken Redskins team that are fading, slowly fading,
Nah.
fading.
Give me the boys. I think the Cowboys going to win this game, take the lead in the division, and protect it all the way into the playoffs.
How about them Cowboys? How about them? How about them Cowboys? 8-8 and in the playoffs. Give me the Cowboys.
Nothing better than a first-round Cowboy loss to me.
Yep.
Or God,
And-
please let them play the Saints.
No,
Let them
no,
somehow
no.
win that first
What's
round.
what's even
please.
better? What's even better is how if the Cowboys make the playoffs, they're gonna keep Jason Garrett for yet another year and just be the same old Cowboys.
So Cowboys across the board. Then our final night of the Thursday game, we got the Hoodats at home versus the Falcons. New Orleans on Thanksgiving. Whoo! Give me the Saints. Drew Brees is going to go. I said it this week. He was going for 404 scores, and he did it. He makes Traquan Smith look like freaking Randy Moss out there. He just is so good, man. I feel bad for Malcolm Jenkins. I forgot to mention that earlier. He got pretty pissed off at Sean Payton. You seen it? Flipped him off. He was frustrated. It was fourth
Well,
and
they
6.
just got their ass beat.
4th and 6. Saints were up by 30 and went for it and threw a 30-yard touchdown on Malcolm Jenkins, bro. On Malcolm Jenkins. And he just got mad at Peyton. Peyton's just a...
He don't care.
He got haters for sure. He's the most hated in the NFL right now, I think. He took Cam Newton's crown.
All I got to say is rip to Dustin. I know on the way down here we were talking about how you had a chance this week. Not anymore. Dustin looked at me whenever Hunter said the game was at home, just threw his hands over his head, screaming, no, can't, because he's playing Drew Brees.
So what do y'all think about that 13-point spread? I
Hold
think
on.
it's a lot. I really do.
I actually think the Falcons beat the Saints.
Stop it. Bet me anything.
No, I'm joking. if the Falcons had Deion Jones and Keanu O'Neal, I would take the Falcons all day, every day.
In
Because
the
play
dome?
they play the Saints so good, like better than any. Admit they play the Saints better than any team,
Except Carolina.
no matter what. No, Carolina sucks.
Carolina's better than Atlanta.
No,
Way better.
no,
Who's going to make the playoffs?
neither,
Carolina.
neither.
They're the 5 seed right now.
Okay,
If it was based solely off record, they're the 4 seed.
neither.
You're tripping. Carolina's not bad and better than Atlanta. So you're going with Falcons?
So you
That's what I got out of what you just said.
You're saying no.
You're taking
I'm
Falcons.
taking
as your
the
pick.
Saints, but I'm not taking the points. What I am saying is Carolina lost by, what did they lose to Pittsburgh by, like 40? Lost to Pittsburgh like by 40.
You should know.
And then they lost to Pittsburgh by 40. And then they lost to Detroit with no Golden Tate anymore, no Marvin Jones, a fourth quarterless Kerryon Johnson. Literally, they were running LeGarrette Blunt and still lost. Like, if you don't know LeGarrette Blunt's running up the middle when he's in the game, then you don't know football. So, as to why he had 7 for 1 yard. But, yeah, go ahead and give me the Saints, but I'm not taking the points. And I'm taking Julio Jones for 200 yards on Marshawn Punk Lattimore.
I say Eli Apple takes Julio to the dog pound. Saints?
I heard Eli Apple's into pounding.
Nah. Saints? I say it every week. By 20 this week. Give me Saints by 20. At home, again. They're just that much better. Matt Ryan lost this week to Dallas and last week versus Cleveland. So you think he even stands a chance in hell against Drew? MVP Drew Brees right now?
They do it every year to him.
Drew
They
Brees
just know how to beat him.
But you know Saints in primetime. He's going to go stupid.
You know Julio
400 or
in prime
500
time.
yards.
So,
but Julio's not a quarterback.
What's your projection for Julio Jones?
Oh, he's going to blow up 150, 150, and a score or two. He's going to blow up for sure, 10-plus catches. But it's not going to matter because Kamara's going to have 150 and 3 or 4 touchdowns between him and Ingram. Or Mike Thomas is going to have just as good a numbers as Julio or any other receiver. So it's going to be shadowed by a Saints 20-point win and a Drew Brees freaking golden gobbler for sure. Brees is going over 400. I feel terrible. I hope I don't play him in fantasy like you. I probably do, knowing my luck in one of the 2 leagues.
Yeah, I got to play him and James Conner this week. So, rip.
But all right, we'll jump into Sunday's game starting at noon. We got 49ers and Buccaneers. This is going to be a 60-60 showdown, throwdown. Give me the Buccaneers. Going to be a very boring game. I'm kidding. But give me the Bucs over the 49ers.
Give me the Bucs over the 49ers as well. I do like where San Fran's going as a franchise, though. Shanahan can make every quarterback good. That's a fact.
He can make every quarterback decent and no quarterback good.
Where's the game?
In Tampa.
Give me them 49ers. I don't even know who the Bucs are starting at QB this week. Is it Winston? Yep. Oh, give me the 49ers. For sure.
That's funny. All right, so we'll jump in the next game. That one ain't got much to talk about. We got Patriots at Jets. 9.5 Patriots. Sounds like a good teaser. Give me the Patriots, of course, to win the game. I'm going to think about that as a premium play. Tom Brady's going to come back lit, win by double digits, which that can only be 10.
Digits.
That can only be 10, so I think Patriots cover.
Yeah, give me the Patriots. Is Darnold back for the Jets? I'm pretty sure. Is he, Dustin?
I hope he is.
Oh, yeah, Patriots win this one easy. They expect probably another 3 interceptions from Nathan
No,
Peterman.
Jets might face Pats without cornerback Donald.
No, I saw where he was practicing.
I don't know. He's game time.
Either way, Patriots by the spread. I mean, it's the New England Patriots. The Patriots are coming off a bye.
And is Gronkowski coming back?
And Gronk's coming back.
Okay.
And Edelman's playing.
Oh, God.
Sony Michel back good.
Yep, Sony's back.
Tom Brady been doing good. I know he had his little weak injury, his little puppy boy injury like he always does.
Yep. So, what do you think, Hunter? You think them Patriots about to make a run?
I mean,
Are you gonna be a bandwagon and hate on greatness?
I hate on greatness for sure if it involves the name Tom Brady. But, yeah, they're going to make a run to the AFC Championship and lose to the real new school boys, Chiefs. Chiefs are going to smash them.
So what if the Chiefs have to play the Steelers?
I hope one of them has to play Patriots first instead. Weaken the Patriots up, hurt Tom Brady a little bit, get him a little butt hurt, put him on his back a couple times. I think Steelers could for sure beat Patriots. I think
they have a better chance than the Chiefs.
Than the Chiefs, yeah, because it's going to be a track meet. And I don't know if Brady can put up 50 anymore, like Dolph and the Rams did the other night.
He did.
He could put up 40.
He did put up 40 3 weeks in a row.
Yeah, he could put up 40 for sure.
The Patriots are getting slept on. Tom got a week of rest. You know, him and that Alex Guerrero probably gave each other back massages and stuff. So, you know, Tom's going to be Tom. It's time. It's Tom time. And and think about this. Y'all, since y'all are haters, even if Tom Brady's going to lose to the Chiefs, he's going to cheat and win. So, what's up?
He's going to win. All right, our next game, good divisional rivalry out there in the NFC East. We got Philly at home versus the Giants. I'm torn on this game. I really don't know.
It's because you're an Odell Beckham lover, and he said we're going to run the table.
I'm an Odell fan, and I think Giants just have not played well this season, and they're finally playing a little better. And what the Saints did to Philly this week, Philly realizes that it's a must-win. They're 4-6. I don't think they have that mentality, though. I think they have the mentality that they're out. So give me the upset on this one. Give me the Giants. 6-point spread, +6.
Give me the Eagles because they know they got to start winning now to win the division. Also, real quick, LeBron James just got a 5-minute standing ovation from the Cavaliers fans as they chanted MVP to a guy who don't even play for them.
How desperate. But,
yeah, how desperate they want him back.
Yeah.
They just want L.A. to sign the wrong person or sign the wrong coach.
LeBron ain't going to sign them boys. You already know how that's working out. But give me the Eagles. That's easy.
I don't know, man. I'm buying this Giants hype.
No.
I'm buying this 7
You're really
straight.
not, though.
I'm not. But I think I'm going with the upset on this one because I knew nobody else would take it. Next game, we got Raiders playing the Ravens in Baltimore. They got Baltimore 10.5 on the spread. Not going to take that, but I am going to take Ravens to win. I like all these double-digit spreads here at the end of the season, though. All these teams that must win, they're putting them double digits just to keep the bets safe. They got to put Saints 20-point favorites. After this week, they'll realize why. We'll see the first 20-point spread.
I don't know. Give me the Ravens, but definitely not by that 10.5. I don't know. Derek Carr came out today and said he wants to ruin somebody's draft slot or their playoff.
He said, I want to ruin somebody's franchise.
Yeah.
I think he was referring to Oakland. Not ruin somebody's draft slot.
But
he had his first comeback win versus Arizona, and he thinks he is freaking #1 Derek Carr again.
Yeah, that's
Dark horse Super Bowl Derek Carr. 2-14.
That's all he is because he'll never be a Super Bowl favorite.
Dark horse Derek, 2-14 this year. I'm calling it.
Give me Dark Horse Derek to take a big fat L this weekend against the Ravens. Write that down. Ravens by 30.
That's going to move us into the next game, the Jags at the Bills. Give me Jags. Give me Jags by the 3. Easy. I think the Jags are not happy for sure. I mean, who's happy really with losing? But that defense is not going to let Josh Allen beat them. Definitely not.
Yeah, go on ahead and give me that spread. Leonard Fournette running that ball. Go ahead and give me them Jaguars.
I'm going to take the Jags also. I mean, it is the Bills. And like y'all said, the spread by 3. Jags are on a 6-game lose streak now, though, right? No, 7. They started 3-0, Jacksonville did. And now they've lost 7
They're
straight.
really on a 7-game losing streak?
7-game slide. That's why I was thinking Pittsburgh heavy last week. But I knew not to take it because that is, like I said on the show, their kryptonite. They play good against Pitt, but I think they win this week because Fournette's one of those guys who he's a winner. He's from LSU. So he just knows nothing but winning. They're not one of these teams that are going to tank. So, yeah, give me the Jags definitely by 3 no matter where the game is.
So the Jags in their last 7 games have scored over 20 points one time.
I mean, they have Blake Bortles at quarterback, yes.
Wow.
And didn't have Fournette for a 4-week stretch.
That's incredible.
Yeah, they're awful. That's the opposite of incredible.
That's
Blake Bortles.
That's incredible.
The exact opposite.
The
of incredible.
Bortler. The opposite of Bortler. He's terrible. Awful. But give me the Jags, and that'll bring us into our next game.
Hold on. You know Bortles is a synonym for loser?
Stop
Did
it.
y'all see that in the dictionary? It got changed. Yes, Bortle. I was reading about that.
Oh, it got changed?
No, it was official to begin with, but the new NFL thesaurus states loser and Bortle in the same definition.
That's awesome.
Go look at it.
But anyways, that'll bring us to our next game. My former Seattle Seahawks. I don't claim them anymore, but they're playing Hunters Panthers this weekend. And the spread's Carolina by 3.5, and you're going to go ahead and have to give me them Sea Chickens because they're beating Carolina.
Give me the Seahawks as well, even though they're on the road. I like Russell Wilson over Cam Newton this week.
Since Dustin thinks I'm a Carolina fan, I'm going to have to prove him wrong and take Seattle also. I'm the biggest Cam Newton hater in the whole world, so I'm definitely not going with Carolina. Give me Seahawks. I think this is the beginning of a Carolina slide, but they still get that 6th seed. Seahawks and Carolina make it. Vikings don't.
Oh, no. Thinking about it, you're just wrong. I think that Seattle and Minnesota will make it and Carolina won't make it. But that's just being a little biased because I'm a Sea Chicken fan. So that'll bring us into our next game. And the next game is, what is the next game? The Browns and the Bengals. Go ahead and give me them Bengals. If AJ Green plays, I want them Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah, me and you are kind of at the same position right there. If AJ Green doesn't play, I would want to take the Browns. But if he does play, I want to take the Bengals. But I'm just going to say that he plays, and I'm going to take the Bengals.
I'm going to be different on this one also. I'm going to take Browns. I think Baker gets it done.
You're saying Baker money maker?
Yep. +3 this week. Give me the Browns.
What?
Give me the Browns. They're not tanking. Teams are starting to tank, and they're not one. Baker's a winner. Andy Dalton's a loser. He's a ginger. I'm sorry. Andy Dalton, you suck. And give me the Browns. That'll bring us to the next game. That's going to be a super boring game. Next game's going to be a blowout, too, I feel like. Give me the Chargers.
The Browns are never boring.
Yeah,
You know,
they
they lose, but they're not boring because you just never know when Baker's going to grab his nuts and parade around the field after a 3-yard screen pass for a touchdown. So, honestly.
Or run to the opposite side of the field and not even celebrate with his teammates. That's still the funniest.
Yep.
He got hell for that. I felt bad for him.
Yep. He was going to pump up the band in the student section while his team was celebrating on the other side of the field. But that's Baker money maker. Things are different in Cleveland now. 3-6 and 1. Holy cow.
More games than they've won in the last few years.
You know what's incredible? The fact that they were going to beat the Saints if their kicker could make a decent 40-yard field goal or not miss 4 extra points.
And now we're talking about Saints winning it all.
Yeah, it's crazy. That's why I'm saying the Saints could lose to Atlanta this week.
I don't think it's even physically possible.
But anyways, that'll bring us to our next game.
Chargers, Cardinals. I got Chargers. I said it.
Chargers. I'm not taking that spread, though. Chargers don't beat anybody by that much. Matt?
Man. Give me the Chargers. I don't know. The defense, it's good, and I think it's just going to get better as the season progresses.
Yep, that'll bring us to our next game. My Indianapolis Colts versus the Dolphins, and I'm going to take my Colts and the 7.5 point spread because Ryan Tannehill's coming back, and to be honest, he kind of sucks. I mean, he doesn't really suck, but he kind of sucks. I mean, he ain't Blake Bortles, but he's Nathan Peterman.
I don't even know if he's better than Osweiler. They may have a worse chance with Tannehill. So, yeah, give me the Colts also. I don't know if I'm going to take the 7.5, but they did just beat Tennessee by 30. So, yeah, give me the Colts.
Yeah, go ahead and give me the Colts too. And I would take the 7.5, honestly. Colts at home. Luck's been balling.
I told y'all last week that stadium, dude, Lucas Oil, it's bumping in there. I've been to that stadium. It's freaking a party over there. That's all they got's football. Pacers suck. Pacers, who's the Pacers? Some people are probably like, who's the Pacers?
Yeah, I like the Colts' young defense too. I think they're getting a lot better as well.
You better put some respect on my boy Oladipo over there. They finally got rid of Lance Stevenson. Them fans are really proud now.
Yeah, they're not thugs anymore. All right, that'll move us to our next game, Steelers-Broncos. This may be another bad matchup for Big Ben, coming off a bad little game, but a decent second half. But I'm going to still take Steelers, of course. I'd be a fool if I didn't. And the 3, I kind of like it. That may be that bait trap for the week, though. That might be that little trap there in Denver, a little trap game by Vegas, trying to pull in all these Pittsburgh fans for 3 points.
Yep. Give me the Pittsburgh Steelers. Caleb's Pittsburgh Steelers, not mine, but Caleb's. And give me the 3 points. I don't care if Vegas thinks it's a trap or not. They ain't good enough to beat the Steelers.
Yeah, give me the Steelers as well on the road in Denver. I think Big Ben has an amazing game. I think he has one of his best games of the season right here, honestly, just because of what he's catching right now for throwing 3 picks. I think he goes off.
All right, so Sunday night, we got back-to-back weeks where Vikings are on Sunday night. I think this go-around, I know I said earlier in the show that they were going to lose, but I was just hating on them a little bit. I think Vikings take care of Rodgers since it is at home. I thought the first game was at Minnesota, the tie that they had earlier this season. But, yeah, give me Kurt bouncing back. Give me Cousins.
Yeah, give me Kirk and the boys, Kirk Cobain and the boys. And give me the spread, too. I like Minnesota. I'm telling y'all are asleep on Minnesota. Minnesota about 3.5.
Oh, yeah, I was watching a Facebook argument over these two guys, so see what y'all think about this. These guys were arguing, a Eagles fan and a Saints fan. And the Saints fan was arguing, it was something Kamara had said after the loss last year. He said if we would have beat Minnesota, we would have smashed the Eagles at Lincoln Field. So do you think if Saints would have ended up beating Minnesota last year, which they should have, that bull crap play, I'm going to leave it at bull crap because it ticks me off.
Then they'd have lost to the Patriots in the Super Bowl.
Kamara said they would have beat the Eagles, though. Do you think they would have beat Eagles?
Yeah, Eagles suck. They sucked last year.
So they would have lost to the Patriots, though.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. Why you think that?
Why? Because I don't think the Saints – Michael Thomas hadn't fully progressed last year.
So you're saying is that big of a difference this year that they would beat them this year?
Oh, yeah. Their offensive line wasn't fully healthy like it is this year. The Saints might have the best O-line in the league. So, O-line's a big impact. Last year, remember, Saints O-line was banged up. This year, they're back. Armstead's hurt now. So
He's
Saints,
he going to be all right.
Saints
What you got
need to
on
get him
that,
back.
Matt? Green Bay and Minnesota.
No, I was agreeing with Dustin earlier in the show. Give me the Vikings at home.
Good bounce back game. Monday Night Football, we got a good game, good rematch, AFC South, which is going to determine a lot. I could put Texans up for good if they can move to 8-3, playing at home versus the Titans. Of course, give me the Texans at home.
Yeah, Texans moved to 8-3.
8 straight.
Yeah, 8 straight against the Titans on Monday. I couldn't even make myself take the Titans. That's how bad the Titans are.
Dustin's taking Texans too, I imagine.
Yes, I'm gonna take the Texans. Give me the Texans. And what's the spread for that game?
6.5.
8?
6.5.
Oh, 6.5. Don't give me the spread because Houston plays everybody close. But yeah, give me the spread if Blaine Gabbert's starting quarterback though, for real.
Titans are just so wishy-washy, so I don't know about the spread for that game. But we'll wrap it up there on the picks for next week, and we're looking forward to a good week. I'm glad we got 3 games on Thursday. That just made tomorrow so much better. All right, now we'll move over into college football from last week. We'll go brief on this. There was only a couple good games. We had Alabama 10-10 at halftime versus Citadel. I thought we were going to see a upset there.
Oh, no, you did.
Nah, I'm playing. That wasn't one of the good games, but there really wasn't much changing. The top 10 stayed the same, right, for the first time in a while. Oh, yeah, West Virginia lost. I had to set Matt up for that. I did that on purpose.
I don't want to talk about it.
Ohio State should have lost. We could all agree. If Maryland was even decent, they would have completed that 2-point conversion. Another instance where that does not work. And that was really it on the good games. I thought that UCF game was going to be a good game with Cincinnati. It was a blowout, and then Notre Dame was a blowout. Notre Dame proved themselves again.
Dungy got hurt in the first quarter, so I can't judge on that one.
I was a little worried about Michigan there for a minute. They started off slow. LSU with another good win. Oklahoma with another terrible win. I don't think they're that good. Texas scraped by, won another big game, so really, that's it. Washington State looked good. All the top 10 looked pretty good. West Virginia even looked good in the loss. It's always a tough game versus Oklahoma State. Somebody that could also put up 40.
I watched Minshew for the first time this week.
I told y'all about a mustache Minshew.
That boy got some Baker Mayfield in him. That boy comes to the sideline. They had some music playing, and that boy was headbanging on the sideline. It was awesome. Looked like he was going to straight up snort up some of the paint on the field. That boy was on one. But I don't know.
I like Minshew.
I don't like Washington State's defense though, and I think he's kind of a risk taker, which I mean most good quarterbacks are.
I mean their coach, obviously, yeah, they're risk takers.
Yeah, but like I said, I don't know. I really don't know on Washington State. I think UCF would beat Washington State.
I think so. We might see if UCF would beat LSU. We better stop clowning. We better stop playing. UCF might beat LSU, son.
Nah, LSU's playing West Virginia in a bowl game.
They said as of right now, the last 2 weeks, they've said it's going to be LSU. It's the best.
Why can't we play West Virginia?
It's the best record that's non-conference, non-Power 5 versus the best number 2 Power 5. So if LSU finished second in the SEC, then they'd be like the second best. Or it'll end up being Georgia and UCF if that happens, if LSU don't. Yeah. But Georgia loses, then we're number 2. We beat Georgia, and they also have 2 losses.
You want to play Georgia? Yeah. Why? Y'all wouldn't beat LSU.
West Virginia wouldn't beat LSU.
Or Georgia.
So. But we're going to – that's
they'd probably put up 7 points on LSU.
That's what's exciting, though, about our final week here before championship week. We're going to get to see a lot of matchups that are good. And this week's matchups, one I'm looking forward to, of course, is going to be Michigan and Ohio State. That's going to be a huge game. The game is at Ohio State. They got Michigan a 4-point favorite. Michigan's defense is great, but their offense, dude, I'm not buying it. I like the quarterback, Patterson, but I'm just not buying them being able to put up 40+.
But here's what you got to think. Ohio State gives up 40+ to everybody.
Yeah, I know.
But they don't score 40+ on everybody.
But just give me Ohio State. So I know you're taking Michigan.
I'm taking Michigan. I said it before the season. Michigan in the playoffs, best defense in the league. They give up less than 50 a game on the ground.
You know, their D coordinator's from the Belichick tree. That's probably why.
Belichick. So
what you got on Ohio State, Matt? Who you got?
Give me them Wolverines, boy.
Ooh, I'm going with Ohio State.
I'm going with defense in the cold.
All right, next college game, what we got, Dustin? We got LSU and A&M. What you thinking there?
I think that LSU being an underdog is ridiculous, and we never get any respect, although our best D lineman's out for the season, Fecco. But give me them Tigers, and give me the points, give me the money line, give me everything. LSU, bank it.
All right, we can't overlook a few other games this week. Any rivalry you have to take into account just because it's a rivalry. So we got Alabama and Auburn. Give me Alabama, of course, but
easy Alabama.
Give me what by 24?
Probably.
Alabama first half, that's a lockup. Then what else we got? We got your boys in a big one.
Yeah, West Virginia. In West Virginia versus Oklahoma, man. This is going to be a very high-scoring game, but I got to take West Virginia just because I'm a fan. I can't go against my boys.
I think the West Virginia game's going to be a banger. If they set that over-under, it's got to be 100. Anything less, I'm taking.
I like Oklahoma.
83. Give me that premium play. Lock it up. I'm going to give y'all parlay of the year.
Yep.
Parlay of the year.
Yep, I'm a tip.
Over 83.
That's bringing me out of retirement.
Yeah. Put your whole freaking remaining balance on that shit.
But
give me West Virginia over 83 premium play. Lock it. That's me for sure. But one more good college game. We got Washington State and Washington. We were just talking about Washington State. They're going to win the Pac-12 this year, and this is their last step. They got to beat in-state rival who always takes care of them, familiar face, Browning, and Washington's good defense. Give me Washington State, though. They're at home, and they're trying to push for that final spot in the playoff, which they're not. But give me Washington State. Who'd they lose to this year?
Washington State.
Yeah. Must have been Pac-12. I don't know who they lost to. It must have been
They
early.
lost to USC. Yeah, they can't get in the playoff.
Yeah.
USC's probably not even going to be bowl eligible. But give me Washington. I think the defense, Myles Gaskin, they actually have another running back who gets more carries than him now. So, these boys out here, the truth.
All right, USC and Notre Dame at USC. This could be the spread.
What is the spread?
11.5.
Notre Dame by the spread. No.
You think they're that good?
Dude, they're pretty cold.
I'm a Notre Dame
They're
hater, I
beating
guess.
the shit out of USC. I know that.
All right,
USC is trash.
So Alabama, Clemson, and Notre Dame are in the playoffs 100% guaranteed.
Alabama, yes. Clemson, yes. Notre Dame, yes.
And then the 4, Michigan or LSU.
Michigan.
Oklahoma and Georgia ain't making it, so it's Michigan or LSU. Think about it.
Michigan.
Everybody's counted LSU out at this point. 1% chance to make it or win it all before last week.
They're not going
This
to
week it slid back up a little.
Nah.
Their win against Georgia is going to save them, which will put them at 6. Oklahoma loses 1 of 2 at West Virginia, puts them at 5, and then boom, we just need Michigan to lose to Ohio State.
But what you got to take into consideration is
they're moving from 7 to 4. If 3 out of those 4 happen, guaranteed.
Oklahoma can beat West Virginia twice.
Yeah, I don't know though. Anything can happen.
Yeah, but also listen to this.
Do you like the odds of West Virginia winning 1 out of 2 against Oklahoma though?
No, because I think Kyler Murray's amazing.
Yeah, but he's playing Will Greer, who's also amazing. He's
you
losing
put
to
his
freaking.
stats-
He lost to damn Texas.
You put
at
his
home.
stats versus Baker Mayfield's stats, and he shreds Mayfield's stats. And you put him next to Tua's, and he shreds Tua's. Granted, Tua don't play a lot of second halves, but it's like a huge
But
difference.
stats ain't everything when you have the worst defense I've ever seen. West Virginia's defense is links ahead of Oklahoma, in my opinion.
But what I'm saying,
the quarterback plays is obviously not equal. But it's the closest thing to equal that Oklahoma's faced, and they still almost lose every week.
So what I'm saying is, everybody's like, oh, if these teams lose, what nobody's taking into consideration. Yeah, they're number 10 right now, but Ohio State gets more favoritism from the committee than any team. If Ohio State beats Michigan and wins their conference, they're in the playoff.
Bet anything they're not. They're number 10 right now. They moved them this week behind UCF.
Yeah, but
they don't have faith in them anymore. Because right now, that's as serious as it gets. This is the college playoff committee, making their picks.
Yeah, I know.
So if they're moving them from 8 to 10, because they barely beat Maryland, you think they're going to move them from 10 to 4 for beating Michigan?
So what? Yeah.
No. Hell no.
Michigan is a top 4 team.
They're moving them over LSU, though.
Yes.
No, they're not.
They'll have 1 loss. LSU has 2.
Okay,
one of them's to
it don't
Bama.
matter.
One of them's to Bama, but Purdue and Florida are about equal. They both suck.
But still,
Florida beat Idaho last week barely by 40.
But it's what the playoff committee's thinking right now.
Yeah, and what they're thinking.
That's how they're organizing.
They're
thinking LSU is better than Ohio State.
What they're thinking right now is, LSU's better than Ohio State. But when it comes down to the final week, what they're going to think is, we're going to make a lot of money if Ohio State gets in this playoff.
I think they'll make a lot with the LSU-Alabama rematch. Best rivalry in football.
So.
I mean, obviously they're going to beat us, but in the Sugar Bowl, LSU again.
I know multiple people
in New Orleans
who say
like old days.
I know multiple people who say that are from Alabama or currently live in Alabama. Alabama fans do not get up for the LSU games like LSU fans do. They get up for the Auburn game. They want to beat Auburn. They could care less about LSU.
Yeah, I don't believe that.
I know people who currently live there, who used to live there, Alabama fans. Only people from LSU get up for this game.
It's
really
the biggest rivalry, though, in my opinion.
Army-Navy's the biggest rivalry.
Be serious, though. Do you watch Army-Navy or do you watch LSU versus Alabama?
I do watch Army-Navy. I ain't gonna lie.
You do. Nobody else in here does. Frank, you don't even freaking watch football, but I'd be damned if you miss LSU-Alabama. Am I right? Exactly. Point proven. So, all right, we'll wrap it up there. So, we'll leave this, our Final Four in college football. I'm going I'm going Alabama, Clemson, Notre Dame, who's going to get destroyed by Clemson in the playoff, and LSU. 3 of those 4 are going to happen. The stars are going to align for the Tigers to make it. Oklahoma is not going to make it. And Georgia damn sure ain't making it. Michigan, you're going down. Who they going to have to play in the Big Ten Championship if Michigan loses to Ohio State?
Northwestern.
It's Northwestern's already in.
Yeah. They decided that part of the Big Ten already.
Damn. Yep, still give me Ohio State beating Michigan, but LSU at 4. Give me LSU at 4. That's my 4.
You're crazy.
I'm crazy, but crazy is as crazy does, and LSU's crazy. Them boys want a rematch.
I'll give y'all my 4 real quick. Alabama 1, Clemson 2, Notre Dame 3. Man. And I mean Michigan at the 4. I think it's going to stay the same. If Michigan beats Ohio State, they're definitely going to hold the 4. They'll jump to.
What if they lost to Northwestern though?
They won't.
I know they won't. This is the game right here. It's Ohio State and Michigan. Nothing else matters.
Hold on.
Michigan beat Northwestern by 3 earlier this year. They were losing 17-0.
Yeah, but they'll beat them They'll beat them handily this time. If Michigan beats Ohio State by, say they end up beating them by 14, do they jump Notre Dame? Even though they lost to Notre Dame?
I think they do. You know why? Because I think the perfect college football championship would be Michigan and Bama. Because that's the only chance. It's going to be Michigan and Bama. Best team all around. Alabama versus best defense, Michigan. That's the only thing that would make it interesting. And maybe Oklahoma and Alabama would be a little interesting if that ended up happening. But I see Notre Dame getting skunked. So, yeah, put them against Clemson to get skunked. Or, no, put them against Bama first to get knocked out quick. Notre Dame, Bama like that old Mantateo championship back in the day. Notre Dame and Alabama freaking donkey stomped them.
Yeah, Alabama would destroy them.
But yeah, I like what you said there. Give me Michigan at the 3 if all that does happen, and Notre Dame at the 4 just so Notre Dame can get mopped by Bama right off the dome.
You didn't ask me my predictions.
I know what you're going to say. Same 4 as Matt.
Nope.
Ho, Oklahoma at 4.
Alabama 1. Michigan 2. Clemson 3. Notre Dame 4.
That's same as being 3 and 4.
Nope.
They play 1 versus 4, 2 versus 3, so that ain't going to really change it too much. Clemson and Michigan, that's going to be a good one. But all right, we'll end it there, guys. We'll give our premium plays real quick, though. I gave mine already. Oklahoma, West Virginia. Give me Oklahoma over 83.
Go ahead and give me them LSU Tigers.
Plus 3.5.
Money line.
Money line. All right.
My premium play is going to be the Pittsburgh Steelers minus 3.
All right, so there's our 3 premium plays. We hope we could keep it going. Definitely going to be taking all 3 of those this week. And we'll end it there. Another quick shout out to our sponsor, Legend Gear and Apparel. Y'all got to check them out with the Black Friday savings. Use the 2 discount codes. We'll have the custom t-shirts and hats up and ready to go tonight. So I'm looking forward to it. Black Friday 10 for 10% off, or Black Friday 20 for 20% off 2 or more items. You can use this code as many times as you want, so take advantage of the savings, and y'all be safe out there on Black Friday, and go Saints, go Tigers. We'll end it there.